Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you here. It's been a wonderful stormy day here, so take a deep breath. All right, so I haven't pulled from my animal deck in a while, so I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards for you guys first before we get into the read. It's a very transformational read today. I was wondering, they kept leading me to this day that the 4th and the 5th were going to lead up to the 6th as far as this big rebirth transformation as far as the age of Aquarius. And there's definitely a lot of transformational energy in this read today. We have all of the ending cards of darkness and coming up from the shadow, and the death card, and the ascension card, and the 9 of cups, and the 6 of cups, or 6 of pentacles reversed, and the 9 of swords, and the page of wands or flames in this deck. The SIRIAN and STARSEED deck is also the masked boy. So I will get into this. There's a lot of important information here. So from my animal deck, which I haven't used in a while. So the Animal Tarot. All right, let's see what we have for you guys. So for everybody watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Let's clear all negative energies from all chakra layers, all auric layers, first and beyond, all multidimensional bodies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned. And fill that empty space with beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, this card came right out. 7 of Summer. All little kitties. So the Maine Coon Kitten. It's time to stop procrastinating and make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so, but don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. Okay? That they're all waiting for you. There's the crowd waiting for you to make your decision. We also have here the 9 of Winter, a very different energy of the sea lion. Your worries and fears aren't real. They're fueled by focusing on the negative, which gives power to that which you're afraid of. Stop worrying, let go of the fear, and everything will be okay. All right? When you feel like you're an island unto yourself with no one there to rescue you, realize that it's only your thoughts making it scary, that you have nothing to fear but fear itself. Remember that. Okay, so we have the 7 of Summer and 9 of Winter. So here's the group and also time to yourself. The underlying energy here is the 6 of Spring, so the rescue dog, right? So there's a lot of rescue vehicles out today. We had major storm all day today. So I heard lots of ambulances, police cars, rescue dog, the mixed breed. The mutt. So you may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you were singled out for special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention. Okay? So I definitely was getting promotion in the read today as well, but I don't know if the attention is necessarily going to be the attention that you want here. This is for the Divine Masculine Twin Flames, so it affects the masculine within the feminines as well. It is a general reading, so if something doesn't fit or resonate, don't force it to fit in your life. There's a lot of energy. It's a 7-deck read with the SIRIAN Starseed deck as the main deck. If you should like a more personal service, all my information is below, as well on my website, twinflames3344.com, as well as my CD is out there, Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames. That's on CD Baby, as well as Amazon, Google Play, and iTunes. And it's only $1 for a song, so it's also a great way to support me. And if you'd like a session or a card read, just let me know. If there's something you don't see, just you can send out an email. My email is the same, twinflames3344@gmail.com. Okay. So here we go. Let's also pull an energy card. So from the energy deck. Today is July 6th, 2020. I'm looking at 6. I don't know why I said 7. So tomorrow is going to be significant anyway because it's a 7-7. It's a portal, and it's also 77 is the sovereign energy. And of course, today's 7/6 of the 76 of the birth of our nation, if you're in the United States. And 7/6, 1776 also adds up to the 32, which is the journey, or the journeyman, the Six of Wands. We also have the 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, the loyal, faithful servant, the humble servant, the workhorse. Right? Those who, live to help others because they enjoy that. It's very much the energy of the twins, okay? So from the energy deck, we have today is the 6 of the Lovers, and then the day adds up to 17, which is the star. Being the star that you are, it's also the Aquarian energy of the age of Aquarius. And I was getting today regarding the song, The Age of Aquarius, was coming up. All right, so from the energy deck, what do we have here? That's not it. Hold on. Take a deep breath. All right, we have 48, which is the angel of balance, so it's all about coming into balance. 48 is the 8 of Cups, of walking away and within, walking away from what you've built when it no longer resonates with you or you need time by yourself. We also have 34 coming out here, door to personal healing and happiness. You see the rainbow is just outside your window. Also this bird, whether it's a dove or whatever bird it is, it's a symbol of purity. And the rainbow, that the outdoors is outside, but it's also within. So you can see there's outdoors in the window, but there's also outdoors on this side as well. That nature is everywhere, that everything is nature. So let nature in. Okay, and it's funny because the numerology card for nature is the 74, which is the 6 of Pentacles, which is that perfect balance. So this is all about finding that perfect balance, and I'm noticing the wings matching from the bird. I'm getting the peace, bird of peace, and the angels. Now I'm getting the Jeffersons again. That came up yesterday. Finally got my piece of the pie. So piece of your pie, and that might reference pie as well. 314. And Einstein is coming up now. Theory of relativity is coming up. And for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And we're learning not to react, to stay present at 0 point, collapsing both polarities into the 0 point. All right, so naturally these things happen. We also have the woman holding a coin here, which is very kind of like a grouchy empress energy. The 42 is the 2 of Cups, right? When there's no love, she's got no love there. She's mad, and she looks like she wants to abuse somebody with her power. So I don't particularly like that card for the Empress because she's so negative. But we also have the underlying energy of the door to romance. Okay, which is finding the key to your heart, the key to your freedom, the 33 of the Christ vibration, and the 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself without becoming defensive, knowing when to walk away. All right, so that's where we're starting out, with balance, nature, and powerful women. Because in the fall of the patriarchy, it's not just about men, because women have that masculine energy too. So any women in power, and we've been seeing that fall with the Epstein case as well, and there's other stuff that's coming up in the read today. All right, so we have the Lovers and the Star today. So the Lovers shining their light. Also 1221 has been coming up a lot. It came up in this read again. 1221 is the end of the year, is a very significant moment. 12/21/2020, when Saturn and Jupiter conjunct, and we go from Capricorn to Aquarius, and that day adds up to 37. I also recently when I woke up one morning, I got 32 months. And 32 months from that day ended up being February 28th, 2023. So if anyone has received that number for some reason, let me know. That date also adds up to 37. So it's 12/21/2020 adds to 37, which is the King of Cups, unconditional love. And February 28th, 2023 also came up, which also adds up to 37. So let's see. I woke up it was like 7:55 56, 57, 58, around that time, because I kind of was awake before I actually opened my eyes and looked at the clock. So again, that's what referencing the sweet spot of the 4 to 7, and then the 8, which is the major manifestation from being at the 4 to 7, the sweet spot. Because 4 to 7 is the middle range, but just hovering just above the middle. Let's see here. So, yeah. So the date of Aquarius was being questioned when I watched Magenta Pixie the other day when she was talking with Laura and Patricia. So there was still, I still kind of wanted to dig into that since I'd gotten the day today before I'd watched that about Aquarius and this being like that opening to the age of Aquarius. However, it did make sense that once Pluto goes fully into Aquarius, then we're just really solidly grounded into Aquarius. So if more stuff comes up as I'm doing this, I'll let you know regarding that. So the SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt today at 9:34 to 35. 34 is the 8 of Wands, and 35 the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. And the 9, of course, is the Hermit. And then at 9:38, when I was placed in the car, I was getting sudden death. So it's definitely sudden death, and that could be a sudden death playoff in sports. It could be the sudden ending of a relationship, but it also can be a sudden death that's coming up. The 38 is the Queen of Cups, and she is upright in this read. The King of Cups is reversed. At 9:40, I was getting a lot of pinks coming out in the numerology deck. I believe all three or four cards that came out from the numerology deck were pink. So it's very much about compassion and staying in your high heart. And then at 9:40 is the Page of Cups. And then 9:44, which is the 4 of Cups, mastering, grounding, and integrating, the receiving of love. The transition card was coming up there. So the actual transition, the Hierophant also came up on its own, but in a negative sense today. The Hierophant's very much about the fall of the patriarchy and any kind of abusive men who use their power against especially women and little girls. And at 9:45, I was getting, I got extra cards from the Universal Golden Tarot with the Death card, the Lovers, and the King of Pentacles. So, and also the King and Queen of Cups came up together, but like I said, the King of Cups was reversed, and the Wheel of Fortune was reversed in this read as well, which was next to them as well. So, definitely the Death card reverse can be this never-ending story of the twin flames coming together, but it also can be near-death experiences and after-death experiences, as well as being clingy and not allowing the full transformation or change to happen. So this is regarding the Lovers, which is reversed today, but it was good in a way reversed today because it had to do with, in the Tarot of Sexual Magic, the Lovers card is about having 2 lovers. It's not about just one man and one woman. So it's about turning that card over when we have the Lovers reversed. So it's ending the 3-way situation in order to come to 2 or none, whatever the masculine decides in their life. It just depends on your situation. And then the King of Pentacles is coming up as upright, but there may be still some issues, like crocodile smiles were coming up. And in the King of Pentacles card, he often has an air about him of arrogance, right? Or that he's above others. So we have at 9:46, I was getting it's all about the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles, but the Queen of Swords was reversed here. And as a matter of fact, all the air signs came up reversed, and they came up in a clump at the end reversed as well. So the Queen of Swords reversed can be any air sign, but they were definitely reversed. And this could be the fall of the negative energies of like women in power that have a lot of masculine energy in them. The 2 of Cups also came up, which is upright in the read. And that was coming up from the Gilded Tarot as I was shuffling, but it's also upright within the read. And then at 9:55, I was shuffling to clarify the Justice card, which is in the recent past, and I closed my eyes and I got just an influx of dark kind of devilish visions, and then the Devil came up as the clarifier there. So whatever injustice is very dark energy, and it is definitely coming up to fall though here, so that was good. And it came up with the 4 of Wands reversed. There's definitely instability with the Devil coming up, as well as moves and ending of marriages or visiting other people's houses as well, because the Devil can just be a Capricorn person. It doesn't have to be negative energy. So we have And again, I closed an eye. When I wrote closed eye, I just wrote closed eye. So there's something about closing one eye. And then I finished this read at 10:04, which is like 10:4, good buddy. Message received. It doesn't mean that anymore. I think it has a gay reference now, but when I was growing up, it meant message received in CB language. So 10:4 comes up. It's also a significant day for me. My friend's birthday is 10:4, as well as the day I left my last relationship after I'd met my twin was that day on 10:4. So it was very significant. And the major arcana here are Justice, Tower, Shadow, Ascension, and Transition. So Justice is Justice, Tower is a Tower, Shadow is the Devil, Ascension is like the World, and Transition is like the Death card. And then after the read, because I always pull a few cards on either end, we had the Indigo come up after the read. I don't know if you can hear that thunder, but it's like through this most of this whole read, it was like crazy storm. There's 1 pentacle, 2 swords, 2 wands, and 1 cup. So there's your 1221. 1 pentacle, 2 swords, 2 wands, and 1 cup. 1221. Very significant. The Page of Wands came up in the read. The Queen of Swords came up in the read. That was it. And then the numbers and the code line were all about financial discipline and effort. So making an effort to be more financially disciplined. And the numbers were all we had in the read were 6, double nines, and a 10. So 6 is the Lovers, 9-9, like I said, is all about compassion with the pink cards coming up, and then 9-10 is begin again and again and again, over and over. The code line was 9 and 10 also, but added up to 19. So we had 9-10 begin again, and then 19 of the Sun. And the message here with financial discipline and effort on the code line was all about the 10 of Flames, and that is the challenge in the read, and also Ascension. Ascension is the block in the read. So actually Ascension reversed was the block. And the 10 of Wands was reversed as well. So the message in the code line was it literally said CTV, which for me is television, which is like telepathy. CTV, Sage of the 9, which is Queen of the 9, which is like Magenta Pixie, which is so funny. It came out exactly that way. But also the divination. There could be divisions as well here, but the divine co-creation and seeing the 10 of Flames. So something could be going up in flames, but also it's the dropping of the burdens, dumping a load, taking a load off, anything that's heavy on you, or dumping responsibilities, or confessions are all coming up here as Ascension, but I'm getting as a lesson right now regarding source and in financial discipline and making an effort. So C, television, which has to do with the telepathy and the other connections between the twins. The Sage of the 9, but I was also getting the Queen of the Nile and the Queen of the Night. So Whitney Houston was coming up here and regarding her relationship. And then, of course, Magenta Pixie was coming up because of the 9. The divine co-creation. So to see the television, the etheric connection of Magenta Pixie. So see television, Sage of the 9, but for divine co-creation, see Atlas or Source Ascension in regards to financial discipline and effort. And Atlas is just regarding that 10 of Wands, the weight of the world upon your shoulders. See the one who works too hard. So for your co-creation, when you come together with your masculine, which is referencing them as Atlas, bearing the weight of the world upon their shoulders in the 3D, preparing, perhaps working hard, preparing for fireworks, but whatever the burden is, the source of ascension regarding financial discipline and effort. There's a lot of other stuff that was coming up here, and again, ascension breaks down as a sense ion, and ion is connection, so a sense connection, which makes perfect sense. That's what ascension is. Also, SE was coming up, so that's southeast, and southeast and northeast were coming up here again. But Florida was coming up here. I did see a flash real quick about, more cases reported in Florida. Don't focus on that. But again, southeast was coming up as Florida. But remember that Florida is the Keys. So there's a significance because it's the Keys and because it's the it's the one corner of the Bermuda Triangle, the Keys to Puerto Rico and then to Bermuda. So that's very significant. Also, Tel Aviv was coming up, which can reference, it's about the clearing of the collective here. And maybe I'm getting now that if we're doing intention-focused meditations with groups to clear Florida and Tel Aviv, and also Morocco and Mozambique were both coming up. I'm getting the areas in good energy are Japan, Australia, and Tibet, India area, and then the show of power in the northeast. There may be a show of power coming up around Russia or China, and I keep getting up the three, not Russia and China and Iran, but actually Russia, China, and Morocco, because Morocco is coming up as the place of Adam and Eve, and it's also a place of really good olive oil, because there's an ingredient in it that's more intense in the land there, that's really good for you. And I'm trying to remember what it's for. I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't remember at this moment. But anyway, there's something about Morocco, and also that came up again in this read. The word or the name Fran came up at 10:28 to 29, which is the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands, the twin flames and the being present. So if someone needs that, that was for them, Fran. And so the numbers here were 6 of the lovers, 9, 9 of compassion, 9, 10 begin again, and then the 19 on the code line, and the 10 again of just high vibration in general, but the 19 of the sun and the central sun. And then we also had 69 come up, which is the Ace of Pentacles, which is that it's perfect contentment in the traditional definition in Rider-Waite. But also the numbers 66 and 67 came up, which is the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, very significant for the masculine and the feminine. The 89, which is the reflection of the human body temperature, which means that it's heating up or getting too cold. And then the 46 of the Six of Cups, the children in the garden, of the twins coming together. So it's literally like the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles coming together as the inner children of the twins as the temperatures rise in July, right? Christmas in July was coming up yesterday. So again, 1221, very important, came up here. And then setting the stage of the 9, the show of power in the northeast, the seat of Jesus, of flame. And then I was getting Thoth and Jesus on guard around the ascension process. So it was showing me that, because yesterday I brought up that in my downloads in a comment that I always get that the twin flames coming together is Jesus's project, and along with Michael and Thoth, and Michael and Metatron, but Thoth is related as the same energy as Metatron, so they can be considered one and the same. And here now, it's like because the Michael is like governing over the feminines, and Metatron's governing over the masculine, which also is Thoth, because Thoth comes up for me a lot as well. So here, specifically, Jesus and Thoth were coming up together as the guards around the ascension process in general. And then I was getting C, source, in financial discipline and effort as well. Make sure you put that energy into all that you do, your donations, the way you make your money. Be authentic to everything you do. So then I noticed my mail at 10:33, which is the Christ vibration, came up to 19, which is the sun, and then 990 again. So a lot of source energy backing up the 99 of the compassion, not only for others, but for yourself. And then the sun of the 19, which is also regarding Jesus and the central sun. And then at, what time? I guess that'll come up later in the read. But so the email that was the 19990th email was America 2020, and then M, and that's when I was getting Morocco again at 1011. And that's 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, 11 is justice. So turn for the better in regards to justice or injustice. And then when I went to put the code line into the computer, I put, instead of the 9, I put the Nile by accident. And so there's definitely meant to be, because there's some stuff that came up more importantly from the Nile than actually from the 9. So I put in the Nile accidentally, and two texts came up. The full text from archive.org, The Apocalypse of Abraham, came up, if you want to check that out. the full text of The Apocalypse of Abraham from archives.org, and also Egyptian Belief and Modern Thought, also from archives.org. Steam Community also came up.com regarding their guide or Gifts of the Nile, a scenario guide, head-to-head a race between, it looked like a game, but head-to-head race between two Nile civilizations, Egypt North and Nubia South, the first to build 7 temples in 125 turns. So those numbers may be significant to someone out there. And while you can war with each other all you want, don't count on rushing, because you will just get stuck in the war until the end. So you're not actually going to speed things up, but then you're just going to be stuck in the fight until the end of the process. So that was a message to the twins. You can't rush the process. It is what it is. So the next header that came up was Thai. So Ti means source in Tao or Confucianism. So Thai and Thai came up, which was 2019, March 1st, 2019. A man gets another shot at wooing the girl he had a huge crush on in school. Another header was the Nile to walk forth from the flames unscathed. And underneath that was annihilation of the wicked. Another header was top 10 twin flame signs. Now this was coming up from the 9 when I put it in correctly. The top 10 twin flame signs, Lucy's signalriver.com, and also flames and 9/11. The TV series from 2018 came up. And then Mage, M-A-G-E, came up. And then W-O-D, White Wolf from fandom.com. Ascension divides magic into 9 spheres or influences. Time, mind, prime, forces, matter, life, spirit, entropy, and correspondence. So that was very interesting as well. Of course, that was a game. Let's see. All right, and then something else came up because Russia had come up this week, as well as Morocco. I looked up the Russia-China-Moroccan connection here. And what came up on June 30th, 2020 by Durrell Proctor from PowerMagazine.com. Russia, China drive Africa's plan for nuclear expansion. And there's only 2 commercial reactors in Cape Town in Africa. They don't have a lot there yet, but so it looks like the power countries are all kind of vying for their nuclear power in Africa. So Russian nuclear, co-working with more than 15 sub-Saharan African countries, including Tanzania, which also came up this week, and North Africa as well, Egypt, Algeria, Tunisia, and Morocco. So Morocco is where that came in. And the different countries that are vying for attention from Africa is Russia, China, France, South Korea, and possibly the U.S. and possibly Japan, but they may be looking at other things as well. Russia is already involved with Ethiopia and Congo, Uganda, and Rwanda. And on 6/24/16 was the article about Morocco entering free trade pact with China, and that was from Africa-me.com. And there's already about 36 Chinese official projects in Morocco financially. And then on June 6, 2020, which is just a month ago exactly, Russia, China, and Arctic Alliance came up from Politico.com. So Russia, China, Arctic Alliance. And there was a message in there to expect a war between Russia and China in the 2020s. And that was from besacenter.org, B-E-S-A center.org, and that was from July 18th, 19. Because of the river boundaries, the Ussuri and the Amur rivers between China and Russia. So there was some energy there saying to expect them actually to have a war between them over the boundaries there, because that still wasn't resolved. And then from state.gov at 11/11 was stating that the U.S. and Morocco have strong anti-terrorism relations, but it felt like U.S. propaganda to me to show that we were a stable force in Morocco. But I really feel like Morocco is going to be like a place of competition to gain control there. So again, going back to the code line, to see the TV, The Sage of the Nine, in the divine co-creation and seeing the 10 of flames or the Atlas energy carrying the weight of the world upon your shoulders, and the source energy to the nth degree of ascension in financial discipline and effort, and that Thoth and Jesus are the ones basically guiding the ascension efforts for everybody. So Atlas of Ascension Island was also coming up. Ascension Island is in the South Atlantic Ocean, east of Brazil, and about 1,000 miles from Africa. A dependency of the British St. Helena, about 800 miles southeast. And the capital there is Georgetown, kind of referencing Cape Town, but the name George has been coming up a lot this week, including my lawn guy. And I have a lot of Georges in my family. My grandfather, my uncle, and my cousin are all Georges. So that was coming up as significant. And of course, George Washington as well. And named the day, the Ascension Island was named after the day of Ascension, which was in the year 1501. And of course, that's the 40th day of Easter, or 39 days after Easter. And this year, that was May 21st, 2020, Ascension Day. Uranus went into Taurus on March 6, 2020. And that was at, it looked like 12:28. I'm not sure which time that was, though, or 8:28. So then now 12/21/2020 of this year is the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, which also squares Uranus and Taurus, which from astrology.com was saying that it releases the tension building in 2020 in this year of the rebirthing. So that 12/21 is like a release of the tension building up in that square to Taurus and Uranus. And then at 10:39, which 10 is that turn for the better, and the 39 of the Knight of Cups, my mail turned to 19991. And the email was the Elephant Sanctuary. So again, elephant comes up as important. The movie I just watched was where they were poaching elephants, which was very sad. If you have not seen Anu, please watch it. His name is ANU with an accent over it. It's on Netflix. And it was a very beautiful film. It's kind of heart-wrenching, but it's really beautiful, so I would watch it if I were you. And it definitely had, involved elephant poaching and that kind of stuff, but about this little boy named Anu. But my mail hit 19991 there, which is that perfectly balanced energy of rebirth. It's a lot of compassion and a lot of new beginning. And then that mail was actually CVS at 1040, which is Turn for the Better, and the Page of Cups. That innocent message of love and puppy love. All right. So we had that 40 come up with the Page of Cups, and then the time there was the 39 of the Knight of Cups. There's a lot of that really nice energy here. We did have the Knight and the King of Cups. The King of Cups was reversed, but the Knight and the Page of Cups were upright in this read. So there's some lovely energy there. So we start the read here with the Six of Pentacles, but it's reversed. So there's an imbalance here, which I could tell from the read because there's a lot of dark energy there. But it was good because it has to do with the transformation today. So we have the Six of Pentacles reversed. Beneath that was the Six of Swords upright, the Seven of Wands reversed, the Ace of Swords reversed, and the Two of Pentacles upright. So not sharing, inequity, debt, scams, imbalances, after finding peace and being defenseless to a split, a lie, or cutting through the BS, or a need for clarity, pulling the sword from ourselves, juggling, performing the balancing act. Strong, I was just getting strong arming as well, so someone might be getting strong armed. Strong, taming the beast, or in being pacified. That's the passive aggression can be worse than aggression because they mess with your head, because they make you think that you're deciding to allow them to pacify you when they're actually doing it to control you, right? So there's some interesting energies coming up there. But strong arming, taming the beast, or being pacified, reaping rewards, and the Knight of Cups offering love to the Queen of Swords reversed. And I remind you that all the air signs came up reversed in this read. The Page of Swords message. The Page of Swords was upright. Swing. The Page of Swords message, taking the swing or stepping up to the plate, up to bat, spreading the word, while the Knight of Swords reversed is holding their tongue as prisoner of love. A strong message, clear as day, holding back the truth to reap rewards, or daydream on how to invest in love at 1136, which is justice and the Atlas energy of that 10 of Wands. So I turn the page and it's 1138 to 39, which is the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, and justice between them. Dysfunction, loss of family, business, or community, or loss of money or large purchase by a family after a split, lie, or cutting through the crap. A big need for clarity here. In healing the Queen of Wands upright, or the 10 of Pentacles reversed, family or business or community, paying to heal the Queen of Wands, ending the 10 of Cups family or emotional cycle, because that was reversed as well, and releasing the burdens with the 10 of Wands reversed. So I had 3 10s here, all reversed. The 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Wands all reversed, that means it's ended, like it's done. There's no going back. The only 10 that wasn't upright here, was the 10 of Swords, and that one was still showing as upright in the mini clarifiers. But that's like the end, because they're all ended. But as far as the Swords, the 9 of Swords came up in the main part of the read, not the 10. So the 110 that's not finished is the pain, is letting go of the pain, okay? So releasing the burdens of the 10 of Wands reversed, confessions, or someone sticking their butt where it doesn't belong, to pacify the Emperor reversed, who may be out of control, abusing their power, or stepping down in ego death, or retirement, or a fall from power. The Ace of Pentacles offer of money, time, and effort, or a new life, to the Queen of Swords reversed, or the Emperor reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed, are paying off or being paid off by the Queen of Wands, or 2 with crocodile smiles, fall from grace, like Epstein and his partner, in the end of karma portal, Omega, pruned hedges, and private islands no more. Contentment or restitution, paid to those strong, or healing from deceit, especially in military, medical, and sports industries, because that was coming up on Netflix too this week, was USA Gymnastics and their sexual abuse of children. The domino effect of those who support those abusing their power, and that's where USA Gymnastics came up. So July 5th was the lunar eclipse in Capricorn in Cancer season, so then you have the mother and the father energy both present. Leo and ego powers here as well. Leo is coming up upright. There's only a few signs that were coming up in full power today, and that was Leo, Cancer, Capricorn, and Taurus wasn't fully upright. Only the Empress was upright. The Hierophant was reversed. But the other 3 were fully upright. The rest of the signs were all reversed. So being strong and courageous and reaping rewards of their efforts, and you notice we're in Cancer and Leo season here too, so that's a reason why Cancer and Leo are upright. This is a good time. But also the Capricorn of loving your shadow side, but also the father energy coming up there. Okay, and then the mother of Gaia with the Empress coming up. So the sun and the moon, the earth, and the sun and the moon, the earth, and what's the 4th one? And the shadow side of ourselves. So loving all of it. So Leo ego powers here, being strong and courageous, reaping the rewards of their efforts. Recovering without option, girls abused by men, putting a sword in their heart. A split, a divide, a lie, a lack of trust then remains. And when I wrote trust, I got truck, so that could be truckers as well, abusing women. And a need for clarity due to mistrust now, that these girls will always have to deal with. Expected to pull the sword now from our own hearts, not waiting for someone else to do it. The full moon howling and letting it all out, releasing the dog, quote unquote, mentality. The wolves howling with lobster, or werewolves and vampires that all have light and shadow sides, just like in the movie, and can put aside their differences to bring forth the light. So I don't know if that was Breaking Dawn where they came together, I can't remember, but speaking up about the false light that guided them to the dark. Crowns stolen from innocent ones who worked hard for their place in the sun. Putting away akashics for the book of love, not the bookie of manipulation, tips, and fakes, and facts. No option but to split at the full moon, to divide and conquer those who would hurt you with their own agendas. Trust comes up here, and beneath that was chemistry. The stage is set, and the die is cast. Plate and mound ready for an offer of perfect contentment. Big love through work, third party of co-creation. Third energy, fond memories of lost love, happy childhood, or children and soulmates that you miss having around. Holding your tongue or holding announcements back, or lashing out at kids for their own good to prevent them from seeing what they're not ready for. Putting the ball game aside to truly connect in love, not as the bad guy or the athlete, but as the hero that you are authentically. The King of Pentacles wanting to rescue girls from begging and kneeling and tippy-toeing around issues, to keep someone loving you, like wanting to protect girls from doing that, to preserve the dessert, skipping the meal, the good, nutritious, life-sustaining support, which is the meal, like wanting to avoid that part, teaching daughters and sons to respect themselves at 12:12. I'm going to say that sentence again. This is about the King of Pentacles. He's got a shadow side too, right? So putting the ball game aside, no more games, to truly connect in love. Not as the bad guy or the bad boy, which a lot of people think they're supposed to be for girls, right? So this goes both ways for girls and boys. And not the athlete that all the girls want, right? But as the hero that you are authentically. The King of Pentacles wanting to rescue girls from begging and kneeling and tippy-toeing around issues instead of being their authentic selves, in order to keep someone loving them, in order to preserve the dessert, right? The cherry on top, but skipping the meal, the good, nutritious, life-sustaining part, and teaching daughters and sons how to respect themselves. So this is all at 12:12, which is the Hangman times 2. Teaching them about the connection of the twins and how Jesus and Mary Magdalene sustained each other on the cross together, not just by themselves, but to keep them from being glued to the glass ceiling, keeping the children from begging to go home, right? Wanting to escape this 3D madness, to learn the 5D gladness. The Divine Feminines feeling saved and then pushed away. Good enough to feed your savior ego, but not good enough to love. Learning to save and love themselves. That just because someone is older than you or deemed more powerful than you doesn't make them right. Teaching and learning is 57, which is the 3 of Swords, and beneath that was perseverance, number 4, the Emperor. The King of Swords reversed, maybe lying to themselves or lying or lashing out. That can be abusive energy. But coming up as without ambition, displaying vanity and usury, overwork, not working, arrogance, and cutting words, or abuse. A need to learn from their mistakes as opposed to repeating them. Conflict, battle, competition or games, and the pursuit of happiness, and foolish behavior in that, falling on face from grace, being the Fool reversed, lacking faith. Lovers reversed, out in the cold, with their secret out. A need to use their intuition in a breakup, no affection, arrogance, depression, and feeling like a failure, with no news, bad news bears, or keeping everything under the radar, which again is a lie, right? When something's a secret, it then becomes a lie. So all this came up at 12:21 again, which moved to 12:22 of the Fool, and a loud clap of thunder started here, which is when the major storm hit, was right here. The 12:21 to 22. And this is about the Fool falling on their face. So no more games, no more conflict or battle or major pursuit of happiness. It's about staying present and allowing, instead of foolish behavior, instead of falling on face or from grace or lacking faith. The lovers leaving then the lovers reversed out in the cold, with a secret out, a need to use your intuition, in a breakup with no affection or arrogance, depression, and feeling like a failure. No news, bad news bears, or keeping everything under the radar. It's foolish fighting in exile, injured, with secret passion, losing hope under the radar. Aries reversed, Pisces reversed, Aquarius reversed, and Gemini all reversed here. Or at 12:26, more thunder came up, and that's the Page of Wands. Or a man spying to see a woman's boobs or women's boobs in general, or just that could be a peeper coming up, or just seeing them as bodies, like at work. They don't notice the women's faces, they just look at their bodies. The faceless women behind the scenes, but one now has a face that shines and can't be dimmed. Or depressed lover in need of attention. A birthing in water, or rebirthing, giving a hand to get through. Navigating the glass ceiling with music of the spheres and dolphin music. Someone passes out in the delivery room. A need for air conditioning, which was regarding the air signs, since they're all reversed. Aries to Pisces, Pisces to Aries. That's the rebirth, the beginning and the end of the cycle. The Five of Pentacles, Taurus, out in the cold, exile, to break up in Gemini, a tough few months it's been, with Cancer turning point, and then the movie The Turning Point came up, which was about the medical health system debating value of medicines and with the baby boomers generation. That was 11/14/1977 that it came out, and 14 is the Temperance card of the angels and the higher love, and 77 is the sovereign energy, so the turning point here. The ballet career versus the family, when someone's daughter goes into ballet, and it's the two friends where one had the ballet career and the other one ended up, letting it go to be a mother. And now the daughter wants to go into ballet. So if you haven't seen that, that's an amazing movie. So, and also has to do with the mother's guidance and spirits connecting with me as well. And actually at the time I wrote this message, I was getting connection as well at 12:34, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, shut the door. 12 is the Hangman, 34 is the Eight of Wands. And that was giving a hug around my shoulders and face in order to get my attention. So negative attention, or neediness, imbalanced, or hidden agendas of the Queen of Swords reversed at night, or the War Widow with the King of Pentacles upright, the Superman. The hero and victim to save in the shade of illumination of the moon's partial light. The Cancer moodiness at 12:43, where more thunder came in, and the Aries reversed and Leo upright, conflict, right? Because fire signs love to physically fight with each other. Taurus, stubborn and poor, and air sign, deceit, coming here, verbally cutting or cutting out off completely. So bringing up the shadow sides of the different signs. Under the radar of neediness or negative attention, unwanted, not sharing the Queen of Swords reversed at night with the King of Pentacles or Cancer between them. Teaching and learning their lessons at 12:46, which is the Hangman and the Six of Cups, the inner children. Perhaps Gemini and Leo need to learn some lessons around Cancer. So 12:47 then comes up, which is then the Seven of Cups, seeing synchronicities and having lots of options, or too many options. That's confusing. We have the Hierophant reversed coming up as a theme here. You see him standing up here. All right, the Hierophant reversed, he's reversed. And this card in this Tarot Sexual Magic is very narcissistic energy. So this is about those bad, people like Epstein. And this could be religious leaders falling as well who have abused children. Bad leaders falling, religious and narcissistic. Muscle builders, or people who use their muscle. All those industries were coming up. Death card reversed, Lovers reversed, and the King of Pentacles upright. Clinging, taking forever to end. The Lovers reversed story told by the King of Pentacles, the storyteller, the Grim Reaper. Bedtime stories. The uncle who used to tuck them in is coming up as well. Death of a monster, or competing brothers. Multiple personality disorder as well here. At 12:52, 12 is the Hangman, 52 is the Queen of Swords, and it was still thundering. The recent past is justice reversed, the injustice of the devil's wave, right? That's the temptation, to the female chained who can't get out. In a move, end of marriage, or visit to a house, stealing, cheating, or running from the King of Pentacles, dumping on or dumped by, or overwhelmed, purging, juggler, performer, actor, balancing act, putting emotional pressure to keep up the jig, to keep up the work, keep the balls up in the air, the daily grind, make the money, or monkey up for promotion, just to get them to work harder, right? Not smarter. Some people give you a promotion and expect you to work more, as opposed to having earned the promotion because now you're worth more because you've already learned more. So you're supposed to get more money just for doing what you were doing. And of course your job can change, but that doesn't mean you have to do the same job, but do, much more because now you're getting paid more. That's not the purpose of promotion. It has to do with knowledge and how well you can do things, because then you can get the job done quicker because you know what you're doing. So again, abuse by bosses. Addictions, destabilizing and draining away from the King of Pentacles, perhaps pushed to their emotional limits with the daily grind and juggling, staying alive. Aroused, psyched up to push emotions away, to push them down, dissatisfied and walking away. The Knight of Pentacles offering help or more money, or an offer to come join the dogs to howl at the moon, perhaps to come to happy hour. The injustice of Libra reversed, or Capricorn upright, waving, or a friend offering help to move. Or this person wants to pick the King of Pentacles' brain for ideas or steal their ideas, or the King of Pentacles thinks this, but it isn't true. The King of Pentacles is being stolen from while pushing emotions down in order to function. The clown act, the whistleblower, entertainment, dissatisfying to the King of Pentacles with his snobbish smile, there's that crocodile smile coming up, walking away from solid offer, while the one who has his back is actually stealing from him, or he is plotting to steal from the juggler doing all the work. So the masculine can be either one of those. He can be the King of Pentacles. He's actually coming up as the shadow today, which is Capricorn energy, so it could definitely be the King of Pentacles, or he's working for the King of Pentacles, who's like a slave driver. So the foundation here is the Queen of Swords reversed, the Ten of Cups reversed, unhappy family or emotional cycle that's just done, complete, and there's no going back now. Starting over, the Ten of Pentacles reversed too, needing help, money, or opportunity, or with a child that does. The Queen of Swords reversed, leaving the family, business, or community, not making them happy anymore. Perhaps they hurt them a lot, or no opportunity or no work available with them now, so they had to leave. The central energy is the Page of Wands reversed, uninspired or frustrated child, or a child who has temper tantrums. In social distancing, negative groups or bad influences, gossipers, or drinking a lot, or third party and dissatisfied, powerless to injustice of Libra reversed, but also we have the Nine of Cups reversed and the Nine of Pentacles reversed, which can definitely represent the masculine and feminine, their sovereignty, but no longer wanting to be sovereign, or just not in their power today. But the Nine of Cups reversed and the Nine of Pentacles reversed, dependent, under the radar, or under the table, or dealing with bad news of the injustice system. The challenge being the Ten of Wands reversed, dumping a load, a burden, or confessing. No more coal mining or coal miner's daughter, and that can reference marrying a rich family. Imbalanced Hierophant reversed or Taurus reversed, religion or establishment all reversed. That can be breaking contracts, defending, or a bodyguard to the partners or connection to the King of Wands upright, holding on to the Hierophant reversed with the Emperor reversed, direct connection, which obviously is a really negative one. So the Hierophant and Emperor side by side, they're right here. The Emperor and the Hierophant are both reversed, and it looks like the King of Wands is upright, but for some reason he feels like he needs to retain his stability by keeping a hold of them, but they may actually pull him down with them. So it's not a good idea for that King of Wands to stay connected to them. So the King of Wands holding on to the Hierophant reversed and the Emperor reversed. That there's a direct connection there. Clearly the Queen of Pentacles is reversed, finding peace under the radar, all about spending money, while the Queen of Cups is upright, guarding, perhaps she could be guarding, or just has a direct connection there. I'm trying to read what I wrote there. Muscles connection. She has a connection with the Knight of Pentacles. Breaking up, perhaps, holding back desires, or not telling. There's no energetic exchange here right now, at present, as they're hanging out at 120, which is the Magician and the 20 of Judgment. Judgment card was reversed here too. So at 121 to 22, which is the world completion, and then the 22 of opening your heart to take that leap of faith. Under the radar, staying out of the rain or out of the storm, so staying out of the way. A prisoner of love, hung out to dry, unable to test the merchandise, to test drive, to find peace down by the riverside, with the Queen of Cups border patrol. And that was coming up referencing to the Russia-China river border that they may be fighting over down the road. So then I got an emergency alert about the flooding going on, not to travel, and that was at 1:24 through 5:15. So there's guarding here, imbalanced, with the Hierophant reversed and the King of Wands upright, and the Knight of Pentacles upright. That could be the same person, or there's just a connection there, holding back judgment, announcement, or wake-up call, choking on words or swallowing their pride, or X returning again for more help, seeing if they can get back again, or Aquarius, Devil, or Capricorn upright and Libra reversed. The Devil codependency of the Capricorn upright and Libra reversed, and the Queen of Cups upright and the King of Cups reversed, or the Virgo reversed and the Aries reversed, or Queen of Cups is a Capricorn and Virgo, and the King of Cups reversed is a Libra and Aries. So now here for the crowning position here for the masculine is the Nine of Swords, suffering in silence. It was reversed, but for me that's still, when you're in the 9, you're still between the 8 and the 10. You can't get out of it when you're in the 9. It's just painful. So that's this chronic suffering. For me, the Nine of Swords upright is more acute suffering, and it can be hiding, isolating, hiding to purge alone, to end the nightmare, or not sleeping and rising above, or awake and coming out. The Empress is upright and the Queen of Wands is upright, and the King of Cups is upright here, but not in the main part of the read. Present to the ship that has sailed, dumped, purging, or overwhelmed, or a downpour, seeking shelter from the storm. The King of Cups upright could be crying in secret, healing from the Hierophant reversed or Taurus reversed abuse. A prisoner of energy stealing, and the Knight of Cups upright hanging out at present, holding back sexual energy, or the Knight of Cups is upright but depressed about work issues or third party but now getting over it, a need to heal third party through work, getting over loss and regret but unable to meet up face to face or for a date, under the radar finding peace, near death or post-death, clinging or the never-ending story, losing battle and walking away, from the Magician reversed, manipulation and injustice, and Aquarius reversed and Scorpio reversed, the Queen of Cups insecure, and or the Knight of Pentacles, Libra reversed, dumping emotional attachments and getting real about their options, with the Page of Wands reversed, not romancing the stone, the Queen of Swords reversed, because she can represent the stone that the Excalibur sword is in, with the World reversed or frustrated, with the 5D world, another dimension, with the Queen of Cups upright or Pisces or Cancer, so she could be a Pisces or Cancer there. There could be 2 different Queen of Cups upright here. There could be one that's a Scorpio and another one who's a Cancer or a Pisces energy. And there could be all 3 for all I know. But it's coming up as the Queen of Cups is definitely upright either way. Or the Page of Wands is coming up as the Pisces, and the Queen of Cups is a Cancer and or Capricorn upright. Referencing to, and that could be Libra reversed, Aquarius reversed, and or Aquarius third party. The never-ending story, or dealing with an after-death situation, and after death can be after the end of anything traumatic that happened, okay? So an ending, a transition of the Queen of Cups upright and the King of Cups reversed, she over-isolating, and he with foolish behavior or lacking faith in himself and them both. Soon as the Tower reversed, in the aftermath of a sudden event, drama, epiphany, or orgasm, the Hierophant reversed and the Emperor reversed fall, while the King of Wands is holding on to them for stability. Taurus reversed, Aries reversed, Virgo reversed, or Emperor and Hierophant over-isolating or going crazy, losing their mind or dementia exposed, or stuck with kids and they can't take it anymore, that neither can take it. The kids are upset too. The Page of Wands reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, the foolish behavior of resisting the inevitable. And that was at 150, which is the Magician, and the 10 of Cups, which was coming up reversed, the end of the family or emotional cycle. Now the Page of Wands reversed and Page of Cups reversed can be kids, but they can also represent the inner children of the masculine and feminine, because like I said, the 9 of Cups and 9 of Pentacles also came up reversed, which can be the sovereignty of the masculine and the feminine. So Aries reversed and Virgo reversed, perhaps Alzheimer's parent doing crazy things. Only the sun, Leo, and happy kids help, but everyone else is unhappy at this point, the point of no return. The Tower reversed, a building is coming down or being condemned, or a cleanup of recent events. Only the King of Wands, the Leo upright, with little to offer, but he's the only one upright. With Taurus reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed, having spent all the money. Taurus reversed, 2 Aries reversed, Virgo reversed, Scorpio, or even 2 Scorpio reversed, and foolish kids here. That the masculine sees himself as the shadow, upright, the devil, under the radar, needing attention or receiving negative or unwanted attention, or a hidden offer of sex or a creative project, or of hidden growth in secret. Codependent or addictions apparent. On the other side is the Ace of Pentacles offer of time, money, and effort, a new life offer to the Magician reversed and the High Priestess reversed, which can be really dark energy, right? That can be like 2 people who are scammers, and gypsies, tramps, and thieves came up yesterday, so that could be that energy for sure. People who are coming off as being very spiritual, or the spiritual community as major leaders, coming off as that, but actually being scammers to get money out of them. So that can be them, or that can be who's specifically in the masculine's energy, or it could be how people are seeing him at the moment and his partner. So the Magician reversed and the High Priestess reversed, while the secret offer of sex or creative project, or the Magician reversed is pulling in money via manipulation, while the High Priestess reversed, who doesn't use her intuition or is dark, is having sex behind the scenes. Or the Magician's secret, or they're both tainted, both running scams for sex and money, or a sex ring, or a contract marriage, paying for sex or other services by contract. Losing patience or fallen angel, or Sagittarius reversed, defenseless to dumping a load, burden, or responsibilities, and confessing under the radar of sex with a player, or players who's falling short on energy. So that could be someone too who just has good intentions but never follows through, or just falls short on energy. They can't handle the energy because they're just busy all the time. Or holding back true desires at 202, or twins third energy that he's pretending doesn't exist, because then that would make him the devil cheating on his partner. So then the storm was still going on here, and then I heard a few little stones hitting my dining room window at 203, which is the High Priestess and the Empress. So that was probably a shout out like don't throw stones, which is pretty funny. I just got that now. The devil is in his energy field. Capricorn upright, but Gemini and Virgo, Pisces and Sagittarius all reversed. They're all here in this energy here. It looks like it could be religious issues, that the devil is assumed in alternative beliefs, so some kind of conservative religion where they think anyone outside their religion is the devil. Especially, more New Agey type religions, or belief systems, they could see them as the devil, or, doing cards or psychic people, they see them as the devil. So the Ace of Wands is upright, and the Ace of Pentacles, they're both upright. There's offers being offered, and him caught in between. Religious factors, flirt, and honeymoon in one section of cards that came up for the masculine, and the second section was let your friends help, that children's are affecting your love life, and then deception, that someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Alternative couple or open marriage who receives sex and money offers all the time under the radar. Or ultra-conservative family or relationship fighting temptations at every turn, or one is addicted to money, financial offers and work, and the other is addicted to secret desires and sex. Or 2 who are only together for the children, and kids and family have found out. Some kind of deception here, big. Around him or how he is seen is the 9 of Cups reversed, dissatisfaction of the Queen of Swords reversed, betrayal, finding peace away from man strung up, the Sun, the only bright light here, or Queen of Swords reversed in deep mourning, finding peace hanging out, or after kids were taken by parents, or go back to the other parent's house, so finding peace after the children leave. The King of Pentacles chasing ghosts from his past, or third-party prisoner of love connected by sexual energy, finding peace on her own with a new perspective unable to save him from himself. If he wants to string himself up, there's nothing she can do about it. She must end her own pain. And that was coming up at 222, which is room 222, the guidance counselor show. So following her guidance. So at 223, which is the High Priestess and the King of Wands, who's up, one of the only upwriters here, the block for the masculine here is Ascension reversed, the world upside down. Or perhaps assuming he can't ascend if he's done something wrong, because that would be a religious belief, right? Or the 5D world that he has a block about, with the Page of Wands reversed and the Page of Cups reversed, lacking faith when the tower crashes down. When the shit hits the fan, the Leo shines. So it's saying, can you hold your faith even when the tower comes crumbling down? So Leo comes up as 722 to 822 this year. So again, referencing the Fool with the open heart and taking leap of faith, which is coming up as Leo here. And then, of course, 8-8 is Lionsgate and coming up as 0 point. So the literally half between the 722 and 822 would be 8-6. So today's 7-6, and then 8-6, 7, and 8, again, is the sweet spot between the 4 and the 7, staying at the above the 5 center, the 6, 7, and then 8, which is the manifestation. And notice that halfway through the month, half of the month, if it's 31 days or 30 days, is always 15 to 16, and then 15 is the devil and 16 is the tower. So there's always some kind of drama, right? Or shadow side that's expressed during the month in order to balance. So effort comes up here in financial discipline, but even more so for the masculine here is spiritual career and manifestation. And then 8's big for that because that's Leo, but it's the 8 of power and manifestation. So no longer pretending in front of the little lizard, like not allowing someone to hug them to make the children happy. He's over it. Or no more accepting false proposals. In the transition reversed at the end here. And then I went outside to look at the storm just for a little bit there. From 30 to 35, which is the 4 of Wands to the Wounded Warrior. So going from the stability of home out in the rain, so to speak. And then the 236, which is the High Priestess and the 10 of Wands, the wounded, the weight of the world upon your shoulders. In the transition reversed, post-transition period of the death, the end, the transformation, with the Wounded Warrior upright and the 9 of Swords upright, defending their suffering in silence, their pain, their nightmare, guarding and licking their wounds, holding on to what they got. In a breakup, no more third party, no affection, in a three-way situation. Scorpio reversed, Gemini reversed, Aquarius reversed, Libra reversed, Cancer and Capricorn both upright here, walking away to or from a third party, the 4 of Swords reversed, awake, rising above and coming out, with the Indigo reversed, insecure without their tools, or rising above manipulations and or manipulators. Walking away in downturn, slow down, or twist of fate, holding back an announcement, or indecisive, refusing the wake-up call, or swallowing their pride, choked up, couldn't get the words out. The Knight of Pentacles offering help or a hand, a helping hand, or a hand off to the King of Cups reversed, not sharing or imbalanced or in debt. Again, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius all reversed right here, offering their services to pay back what was owed to the King of Cups reversed or vice versa. The King of Cups scammed, in debt, or inequitable distribution of assets, so someone might not have gotten their fair share. Walking away from bad influences and manipulations in a bold move to be with their twin, or to make it up to her. And that was at 255 to 56, which is the Truth, Excalibur, and the 2 of Swords, which is being in your knowing. Scorpio reversed, Libra reversed, Aquarius reversed, Gemini reversed, Virgo reversed, perhaps Aries reversed too here. Cancer is upright. Cancer, Leo, Capricorn are the real bright spots here. And no more thunder here. It was just rain. So this is where the rain ended. The rain is gone. I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. All right, so this is where, and Spirit's connecting with me, where the thunder ended. It was just soft rain. And Cancer was upright. And we're in the period of Cancer as we go into Leo as well. And Capricorn are the real bright spots here. So that's the mother and the father and the sun. At 2:56, which is the High Priestess and the Two of Swords, the ambulance came to rescue. The Sun and the Moon and the Devil are shadow side, and the Empress, but not the Hierophant. That Taurus was what fell, but the Mother Earth, Gaia, is what is also sustaining us. So another alert came in for the flood warning now through 7 p.m., and that was at 2:58, which is the Two of the High Priestess, and the Four of Swords, which is the connection in the 5D between the masculine and the feminine. So the Mother of Cancer and the Father of Capricorn, the Sun of Leo, and Gaia is coming up as the Taurus energy. The Six of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Swords reversed, the Shadow upright, and the Nine of Cups reversed, an imbalance of the air signs and the shadow side. Shadows, so the Devil was upright here. And dissatisfaction, injustice of the Page of Wands reversed, who could also be someone who has temper tantrums a lot, and this could be a child who has a disability. So the challenge being the Ten of Wands reversed, confession, as the walls of Jericho come tumbling down, explosion and implosion all at once, backpedaling and pedaling fast all at the same time to get out of a hot mess. And the world reversed, needing to complete the cycle to get closure, to ascend to the 5D, suffering in silence through the 4D Rainbow Bridge transition period, bridging the gap, walking away as multiple ambulance sounds were now going off, walking away from the mess in social distancing, no sleep for the indigo children, no rest for the weary, but now they will. At 3:06, which is the Empress and the Six of the Lovers. The Six of Pentacles reversed, the imbalance, the injustice, under the radar, or bad news, or in need of attention, or unwanted attention, or feeling like a failure, or actually failed to get justice. The Queen of Swords reversed and the Page of Wands reversed, suffering in silence, challenged by dropping a load, the burden, the responsibility, and confessing. The Shadow or Capricorn in the aftermath of sudden events, drama, and epiphanies, dissatisfied with crazy world. And there were sirens coming up here too. That now they were the Euro sirens. That's not the same as the ambulance sirens. There were two different sirens going off here. So the Shadow Capricorn in the aftermath of sudden event, drama, and epiphanies, dissatisfied with this crazy world, the changes and transitions that are required to walk away from a negative group, bad influences, or in social distancing, gossip, overindulgences, to rise above with indigo reversed and make a bold move with kids or to be with their twin. Removing kids perhaps from a family or abuse or neglect, so some may be involved with that, getting kids out of a family that's been abusing them to get them to a safe place at 3:12, which is the Empress energy and the 12 of the Hangman of wisdom. All right, so that was your read. So a lot of stuff came up in that. I'm going to pull you another energy deck card at 11241. And that's the Magician, the 12 of the Hangman, and then the 41 of the Ace of Cups. Self-love, spiritual love, and new love. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. And it has gone now. The thunderstorm lasted a long time. And it finally, towards the end of this read, it finally got quiet. It definitely was a transition today, I'm telling you guys. There's a transition portal for the masculines here. And let's see what's coming up now. What do we need to know now? What's our takeaway from this read? The envy of the 20. 20 is Judgment Day. All right, the envy of others who are judgmental. Right? Or when the shit hits the fan or things come up like that, it's remembering to stay in your faith. That this is their wound, not yours. But if they come into your energy, it's for a reason, because there's a wound there that needs to come up. So don't forget that and be thankful for it instead of feeling triggered. And then we have financial constraints, which is 13, which is the death and transformation card, transition, endings. Okay, so feeling like your cupboards are bare, and perhaps others envious of those who have full cupboards. Okay. So this is very strong energy. You have the death card here and the 20 of judgment. So there's just going to be a lot of energy like that. There's kind of no way around it right now. And this, I don't these are all upright cards, but this one just came out upside down. So there may be families that are splitting up now right here. All right, so there could be some empty cupboards because of that, because now their budgets are tighter. But again, this is regarding the rainbow bridge. All right, so it's okay because sometimes things have to turn upside down to come right side up again. Okay, so don't be disheartened that things will prevail. And this is the 4 of instability. You might just feel instability right now as well, going through the change. And then we have the 46 of the thinking man. So this is someone getting their inner child back again, right? The thinking man discovering new things that they didn't know before, right? 2 feathers in their cap, but maybe there's something whole new, finding their mission work or something new that they want to explore, or a new job altogether. And then the underlying energy is hostilities. So we have envy and hostilities. There's a lot of anger, jealousy type energy coming up. But the Knight of Cups was definitely upright. I'm pretty positive. Where are you? I'm pretty sure it was upright. And then, yeah, Knight of Cups definitely upright here. So this could be, like the Page of Wands was reversed. So that's like, a child who throws temper tantrums. So it could be an adult who throws temper tantrums as well. So like, just to show you that this energy is coming up because of the constraints that perhaps someone's not used to. They have to now hold back, where perhaps someone who was spoiled, who always got their way, now can't because they have more financial restrictions, or someone who just doesn't have what they want, and it may have nothing to do with financial restrictions. It may just be they're envious, and this can go both ways. This could be someone who's envious of someone who's got a lot or abundance, but this also can be someone who's envious of your simple life, that you have no responsibilities. Okay, so it can go both ways. It's not just one person. Everyone can have that shadow and that light side. So all of this energy is pushing the masculine into his new mission. Okay, you see that? So that was the purpose of this day today. It was very profound energy. I actually want to pull a card from the Kipper deck too. It's a little bit different energy. All right, let's see. Oh, that came right up. So despair. So that's right in line with all the cards that came up. But don't you guys despair, because this read was like this huge transition. This is like the end of a 3-day specific portal for this. So there's some kind of end of a marriage or partnership. Okay, we have the 3 of the abundance or the Empress energy, and then the 32 of the journey. And then letting go of expectations. So someone perhaps who always was expecting them to provide for them no longer can expect things. They have to do it for themselves. All right, so that's the energy coming up here. And the thief is the thief no more. So if someone was draining somebody else's energy, that's no longer the case. The main female is the underlying energy upright, and the mature woman reversed. So there could be a mother who might have been a dark mother, or someone interfering. Again, it could be a scammer that was part of a situation, or just issues. Could be someone who is in ill health with concern from the masculine. This could have been a couple here with the daughter. Okay, so it could have been a mother who was ill, or was a dark mother, and a father who was concerned. And here's the main female here. Okay, so all those energies are coming up here. I do want to show you the pictures real quick of the read so you can see them better. So this is that's the basic read that's in front of you. And this is the full read in front of you. So maybe you can see it a little closer. There we go. Okay, make sure you get your rest and your water and all that. Rise and be love, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.